Before we get into the formal program this morning, last night Dick Nichols made, in his very able presentation, made a fleeting reference to an Evergreen motto and an Evergreen mascot, and I thought I might say a few words about this before we proceed any further. Sometime last fall, the expression started circulating around among the faculty, a motto, so to speak, let it all hang out, as being the way we would operate. I'm not sure who first brought it up. I really don't know.
Well, I do.
Do you?
Yeah,
who?
Go ahead.
But anyway, that seemed like a good motto to have. It sort of fit what we were trying to do and where we were at. And along about the same time, some of us, myself for sure, and I don't know who else, became aware of an animal that's endemic to the area, the geoduck, which is an overgrown clam. And the motto and the geoduck seem to fit each other quite well, because this is an animal that most clams, as most of you are aware, can pull it all back in the shell, and they just sit there in a compact little bundle. But the geoduck's just overdone himself, and he can't get it all back in. He's got to let it hang out. There's no way. It's just there. And so it seemed fitting to match the two, to bring them together. And so in late fall, I found a photograph of a geoduck and enlarged it, and we put it up on the wall in the faculty room as a potential mascot of sorts, or maybe this year's mascot. And then we took the motto, let it all hang out, and tried to translate it into a Latin version to make it look very traditional, and we came up with omnia extare. There's been some criticism of that it doesn't actually reflect what let it all hang out says. And one of these days we'll have to get that taken care of. But anyway, right now the Latin version says omnia extaris, and some of you have seen the sign in the faculty room. And since I got to appreciate the animal and enjoyed it, I started pushing a little bit further and thought it would be appropriate to put together a flag, a suggestion of a flag, and if we're going to have something like that at Evergreen, I thought I'd make my contribution anyway. And one design is over here, which I had made up. And the outline of the geoduck's taken from life. That's the way he is when he's sort of pulled out of his habitat. And then there's, of course, the traditional green and the gray and the blue representing the forest and the mud and the water and all that jazz. Anyway, that's one suggestion. Now, I thought there might be some objection to the geoduck as a mascot for Evergreen, so I decided to bring together a few little qualities of the geoduck to see how it really fits with our program. And so we'll take a look at a few of his qualities. Well, first of all, there's permanence. Now, if you were buried in 6 feet of mud and sand, you'd be permanent too, and the geoduck is permanent. He's there. He can't move. Well, Evergreen is there. We're not going to move. We're going to be the rock, the foundation of a new way. So it fits, huh? One quality. Now take versatility. Now you look at that, assume that photograph on the wall or that one there, is that a male geoduck or a female geoduck? You can't tell. Now, really? Now it's not because the male and the female look alike. It's because the same animal can be either male or female, depending upon environmental conditions, maybe his will, I don't know. But one week he could be a female, next week she could be a female. It could be a male, and it could be a female, okay? So it's very versatile. And that's Evergreen. What are we if not versatile and able to change and to come up with new things? And
I can see the Daily O's headline now. Transvestites heavily town.
Another quality is flexibility. Now you take that little animal, that's about life size there on that flag. about that size, might be a big one, but take him buried 6 feet down below the surface of the mud. And he's got to get that siphon up to the top. Now that's 6 feet, it's got to stretch. Now that's real flexibility. And what is evergreen but flexible? This is what we're all about. Shift, change. Another one, vulnerability. Geoduck's completely defenseless. He's there. If you want to go get him, you can just dig. And it's evergreen. We're vulnerable in a lot of ways. There's another quality. And then there are other things we can look at. He's ugly as hell. He's very edible. Good to eat. But probably his most compelling quality, he's totally non-aggressive. Totally, absolutely. And this is important for at least some of us, and I hope a lot of us, that are concerned about intercollegiate athletics never getting a real foothold at Evergreen. Because it'd be rather inappropriate, say, to have the Evergreen football team taking to the field to the cry of, "Go, Geoducks, go!" It just wouldn't go. No way. So I think here's one way to forestall such a thing ever taking place, having something like a Geoduck. And I'm sure other people can think of others. But anyway, I thought... Well, we won't repeat that. Anyway, I thought a little explanation about the Geoduck was in order for the new people.